with all due respect, you were 11 seconds late to this, but I understand why. You were accosted by your father, Bill, who's on the sideline, and he had to get that big hug before we talk football, right?
Yeah, I actually haven't seen him yet. He flew in today and spent the day with the kids and stuff, so I had some crazy guy yelling at me down here, but I wouldn't have known it was him without that Philadelphia accent that he still has 50 years later here.
Well, Coach Pete Bercich here. First of all, thank you for your time. One of the things you said earlier in training camp was that I stood up or sat up and took note of was you mentioned the identity of this football team and how the players set and established that identity. Back in our day, the coaches always established that identity. So if these players have set any type of identity for this team yet, what do you think it is, or what have you seen so far?
No, I mean, Pete, you know this. The coaches can set a plan of action for an identity, and that's still, all these years later, even for you all these years later, it's still the same. We've got ways, Pete, that we want to establish our identity through our football philosophy that's always evolving to fit the best version of whatever team we're going to put together that year. I know without a doubt players, they forge that identity through the blood, sweat, and tears of training camp. But with the instruction and the guidance schematically and techniques and fundamentals, and we want to be a great fundamental team. We want to be a tough team. We want to be a mentally and physically tough team. But we can, we wear those goofy polos to the game. I don't like to wear polos, but we wear the ball caps and wear these headsets, and we stand outside these white lines for a reason. So ultimately, we can talk about philosophy and all those things and identity until we're blue in the face. But if these players truly embrace it, own it, and become everything that they say they want to be, I know with this group that I get to coach every single day, guys, I'm really excited about, and I see them coming to life right before our very eyes.
Coach Ben Leber here. Good to talk to you again. And this is a great segue into basically my question. It is this, let's dive a little bit deeper in what this identity could look like. I know that every coach plays to the player's strengths. Every player has unique skill sets. And you look at J.J. McCarthy, who is the talk of the town and really talk of the NFL country, is like, based on his unique skill set, how can last year's identity, offensive identity, look different this year? What can we expect without maybe giving away too much to the fans?
No, I mean, Ben, it's a legitimate question, and I think there's really a couple layers to that, right? Like, whatever we've been, I think I told our offense the other day, we've been a top 5 or so explosive passing team over the 3 years we've been here, with 4 or 5 guys, different guys playing quarterback, overcoming different injuries to some of our impactful players at times in the passing game, overcoming injuries to the guys up front at times, and we've still been able to manage that. That's not going anywhere, but I think the nature as you do this longer and longer for me, as Christian Darrisaw walks by right here, one of my all-time favorites right here. But the nature, you do this long enough, guys, you stop caring so much about, markers on a chalkboard showing everybody how smart you are, and it becomes, what do we need to do to win football games? What do we need to do, to do the things required for this year's version, the 2025 Vikings, to win football games? And obviously this joker running by me right there, his skill set, he wouldn't be here, guys, if we didn't think he had the skill set required to play this offense, the version of quarterback in this offense at its peak that we need. Does that mean that it has to be from day one? Otherwise, we're all going to make some flash judgment of what he is or he isn't. It's not how I'm going to roll. You guys know that. My job is to coach, lead, teach, and motivate our team. But for JJ, this is a minute-to-minute thing of growth, development, and playing the quarterback position, managing our offense. Whatever we decide gives us the best chance to win football games, while also coinciding with what his personal development plan is, because I think a rapid answer to that question, Ben, and just a kind of a little bit less in-depth answer has been the problem with our league and the quarterback position, in my opinion, at least from my view, over these last few years. So we're going to do it with a really scientific, really a method of our madness, where we're going to do a lot of things and a lot of the acquisitions of players and how we're going to play. It all fits like a bunch of puzzle pieces Otherwise, I'm not doing my job for not only J.J. McCarthy, but all these guys out here wearing purple and white that you see in front of me.
All right, well, that was a lot, and it was brilliant. And the way you laid that thing out leads to – I want to talk about a player because Darrisaw went by you. All right,
yeah.
He's going to be blocking and protecting the Joker, as you called him. And the quarterback's going to be handing it off to a new guy, Jordan Mason. Now, obviously, you know 1,000 times more about it than me. Every time I'm at training camp, Mason opens my eyes. It's like if the passing game may be a little off kilter, boom, there goes Mason for 27 to stabilize everything. He seems to be having a good camp, the running back Jordan Mason.
Yeah, and I think, I always sit back and admire, the way our football team is covered and the identity of, okay, they made this move and that move for this, that, and the other. We don't get a lot of opportunities to talk to you great folks, that cover our team. But Jordan Mason was a massive part of our offseason plan. Bringing Aaron Jones back, massive part of our offseason plan. We feel like we've got one of the best combinations of 1A, 1B running backs in the National Football League. Not only just the impact that they have individually, but when you collectively put Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason together, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got two guys that catch the ball out of the backfield, two guys that can protect in the play pass or drop back pass game from linebacker blitzes and things like that, and then two guys that absolutely love football, are great teammates, and only enhance what you see going on down here by what they are as football players. So you tell me we can trade what we did to get that and add that into the room, bringing AJ back. I was doing cartwheels, and I agree with you. He's flashing every day. I think he's starting to really understand how we're going to have these two backs operate, and Aaron, I know, is loving it. The goal is to keep both of them fresh, and the goal is to keep both of them 10 out of 10 ready to go play the next snap and be a problem for defenses, and I think those guys are going to do that for us. I'm really excited about those two guys.
Thank you, Kevin. Enjoy practice tonight. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, it's got a little sprinkle just started down here, so, PA, do your thing, man. Wave that magic fairy dust up there and make sure that holds off for the next couple hours.
Well, you know what we call that, Coach? We call that purple rain, REIGN, and it starts tonight.
It's like we've been doing this forever together, man. What are we talking about?
Smooth.
All right, see you, bud.
All right, see you guys.
Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings.